Hey everybody. Um, this is a video I'm making for drawing 1 and 2. You guys are both doing figure drawing, so I'm going to go over a couple things and just a basic intro if you can't make the synchronous meeting today. So I'm outside. You're probably going to hear some birds, maybe see my dog walking around. I'll try to do a demo that you can see. Maybe I'll scoot the camera a little bit closer when I do the drawing. I'm going to go over just a few basic things today before I do the demo. One is, of course, we're working online for the remainder of the semester. I've changed a few things in the syllabus. I've uploaded that to D2L. I've changed some things as far as grading and assignments go. Both drawing 1 and drawing 2 have 2 assignments remaining rather than 3. You're both going to start out with figure drawing. It's going to go from March 30th to April 19th. So 3 weeks of figure drawing. We're going to do different things each week. You'll have something due on Sunday at midnight each week. So plan on that. I think it's going to be important to have a kind of steady rhythm as we move through this remainder of the semester. So plan on something due every Sunday at midnight. Next. The first week, we're going to be going over LinkedIn Learning. There's a section of LinkedIn Learning that you can get to through D2L, and it has really good videos about drawing the figure. That's what I'm going to do a little demo of here in a minute. Then we're going to draw some figures from a video series called Draw This. I'll link to that on D2L, of course. It's got all different models. We'll pick a couple models to work from and do some drawings from that. I'm also going to have you draw your dog or your cat. If you don't have a dog or cat, of course there's no shortage of dog or cat
목욕하고
videos.
싶은 사람 손.
등이나 긁으래.
목욕하고 싶은 사람. 목욕하고 싶은 사람 손.
Online. It'd be better if you draw it from the real thing. And lastly, week 3, which will be April, 12th or something like that. We're going to do a Zoom meeting where we draw each other's portraits from the Zoom meeting. At least that's the hope. We're going to do that on April 15th is what I have it scheduled for. Yeah, everything, like I said, the figure drawing section lasts for 3 weeks. We're going to start that, of course, today, and we'll wrap it up by the 19th. The last assignment I'll go over when the time comes. It'll be about this weird time. So that's what we have remaining. As far as materials go, I want you to use what you have. So if you didn't have time to go out and buy pastels, drawing 2, use charcoal, use markers, use whatever you have. I'm going to be showing you a little bit with pastel. I think it's going to show up better on the video. Drawing 1, you can just use charcoal. If you don't have charcoal, pens, markers, whatever you have. I know not everybody will have an easel. If you can work on a sketch pad, that's fine, but the bigger the better on the drawing. So I've got the video LinkedIn Learning pulled up here. All right, so I'm going to turn down her audio here in a second, but I'd like you to draw along with her with each of these poses she's doing. Her approach tends to be a little bit more curvy, a lot more ovals, a lot more kind of curvy shapes. I think it's good to mix curvy lines with straight lines. So I tend to approach the figure a lot more angular, kind of choppy marks. She does a lot more curves. I think it's good to have a mix of both. So with this pose, for example, here right at the beginning, here's how I would start this pose. I usually have a kind of line between the shoulders, shoulder to shoulder. Ooh, wind. The line of the backbone, the kind of curve of the backbone. Line between the hips. So basically I call this our like I form. Okay, I'll try to draw a little darker so you can see that. Backbone, hips. Usually one hip's higher than the other. Okay. Usually what I'm doing at this point is I'm just kind of doing a basic skeletal structure. Her back arm is going away from us. There's that hand. Her head is kind of leaning down and over that way. Her right leg kind of going in front of her left leg. Now, drawing two, I know you've drawn the figure before. Drawing one, this is going to be totally new for you. It's tricky. You're going to make some drawings that aren't great. That's okay. In fact, this is my warm-up drawing as well. Okay, so you can see I started out with a basic kind of skeletal structure, just placing different body parts. Then what I do is I usually add some volume over that. So think about this being the skeleton, and we're adding the, there's B. There she is. We're adding volume over that. So in a certain way, we're adding muscle to the bone. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that pose. Let me zoom back here and start adding some volume. Okay. Look at negative spaces. There's a little gap there between the elbow and the hip, for example. All right. These shouldn't take long. You shouldn't be spending forever on these drawings. I don't want you to pause the video and try to milk it for too long. I know I just did that for this demo, but still try to keep it short. Don't forget that people have hands, people have feet, and I think most often when students are drawing hands and feet, they draw them too small. So be cautious of that. Compare it to the model, but most likely, if it looks funny, you're drawing it too small. Most likely. Okay. Okay. Starting to get there. On a short pose, I usually at least indicate where the eyes and nose will be. I don't do a lot of detail on that. Okay, there we go. Should be pretty loose approach. Would stress long movements, so don't be huddled over your sketchbook like this. Do long, kind of loose, fluid movement. All right. All right. So keep it loose, keep it sketchy. Think about volume here. But the figure doesn't look too flat. All right.